Are we live? I guess so. It is time. It is time for two things. First of all, we got to say our prayer to Santo Edgar. Santo Edgar, please help this a live stream not to suck. In case you don't know, Edgar is the patron saint of the 2A. Edgar Antio. Man, this mirrored thing has got me all tripping out. Probably a way to fix that. So anyway, we've said our prayer. Second thing it's time for is a goddamn haircut. My hair I look disgusting. Let's be honest. All right. I don't know how long I'm going to be on with this. So far, nobody's watching, but that's cool. I wanted to do this both as a live and as a video. So you'll see a video on the same topic over on my regular video list. Let's get this away from the monitor. How about that? No need to create unnecessary risk. All right. So two reasons I'm doing the live stream. Number one is I would like to try to do this weekly, but we'll see if it happens weekly. It didn't happen last week. Unless you make YouTube your whole life, it's hard to be consistent with it. I watch other streamers and I'm like, what do you do with your time? You got to have more going on than just live streaming, but apparently not. El Paso County has reversed their position on the requirements for the concealed handgun training permit application certificate. That's way too many words. The certificate itself. Do I have one up here? I thought I had one up here, but apparently I don't. They're downstairs. It is now required in Colorado that if you're going to get a concealed handgun permit, you have to take training from a verified instructor, which is a new program in the state of Colorado, the verification program. The verification happens at the county sheriff, where you do the principal amount of your training. Some instructors do training all over the state, and so they have verifications in multiple counties. I have multiple verifications. I have one in Pueblo County, and I have one in El Paso County. We had a student last week, 2 weeks ago, actually multiple students, inform us that El Paso County was rejecting their attempt to get an appointment for their concealed handgun permit because their certificate that I issued to them does not have the verified instructor number on it. Now, that's not a legal requirement. The only legal requirements is that it must say whether it was a refresher course or a new course. It must have the instructor's name on there and original signature, and it must have the student's name printed on there, and obviously the date. Those are the only requirements. So I feel like I could just print out everything that I just said and nothing else, and that would technically meet the requirements. El Paso County was requiring the verified instructor number on the certificate, and we informed them that that is not lawful. And initially, they ignored us. Well, not ignored us. They did respond, but I will show you the email. Let me try to do this. I have not done this very much, so let me share my screen. And I'm going to share this. And I'm going to share this. Okay, I think I'm sharing my screen right now. This is the email I got after 2 emails. I had to send them twice to finally get an answer. And this was 11 days ago. And the answer I got back was, "Good day, Mr. Chase. To answer the question about your instructor number being on the completed certificates for your client's applications, this is a requirement by the El Paso County Sheriff's Office. I have attached the section of the class certificate required elements for your review. Your verified instructor number is VI 2505. Dominic D'Amico." And then he attached the instructor certificate required elements, or class certificate required elements, which, by the way, is a made-up document. This document was just made up by the Sheriff's Association. It doesn't actually have any legal weight. I responded by saying, Mr. D. Amico, thanks for the response. I understand you say it's a requirement. My point is that it is unlawful. And then I list out the relevant statutes under Colorado revised statutes. So that was the email exchange. I didn't get anything back from them on that. But I did have a student who was initially rejected, reached out and told me on Friday, I believe, that he had called back and El Paso County was now accepting certificates without the verified instructor number. So I can't get them to do that in writing yet. I'm going to keep trying to get them to put that in writing, but so far we have not received any response from the sheriff's department. And the way we've done things in the past, if it's not in writing, it didn't happen. So I'm not necessarily believing that this is the case, but I have no reason to doubt that the student had this conversation with the sheriff's department, but we need to see it in writing, especially if we're going to share it with everybody. If we're going to start telling all our students, yeah, you're good to go in El Paso County, it would be nice to have something to point to rather than just saying, oh, I had a phone call and they told me. So, so this is good news if it's true. And it's good news that El Paso County is following the law. Back in the winter or the fall, I had a similar kind of run-in with Pueblo County Sheriff, and I told Pueblo County Sheriff that their requirements for me to get verified in their county were unlawful. They were requiring that I submit my course syllabus in order to get approved as an instructor. That's not a requirement under the law. I don't have to submit anything other than the address where most of the training takes place, my name, my concealed carry permit number, my address, et cetera, et cetera. I don't have to submit a syllabus. So I told them that I wasn't going to do that. And I pointed again to the same laws. And Pueblo County very quickly, in writing, within a couple of days, informed me that they were not going to require the syllabus. And not only that, but they changed their website so that the website now says, well, let me go there. We're on a live stream. Let's fucking do this. All right. So Pueblo County. Oh, that's not how you spell Pueblo. Pueblo County Sheriff, Colorado. And all right, go to share so you can see this. All right. How do I concealed handgun permit? Go down to verified concealed handgun permit instructor program, and it lists the relevant law, House Bill 241174, and under general information, it says what you need to submit. And where it says concealed handgun training class syllabus, it says preferred, not required. They changed this within a couple of days after our conversation. So it can be done. I mean, I'm not special. I'm not an attorney. I'm not hot shit. I'm just an instructor. I'm just a resident of El Paso County. I work in Pueblo County. All I had to do was point to what the law said and be clear and firm about what I was asking for. And we got changes. And in fact, this has generally been our experience in the counties across the state for the last 13 years, is that when there is a disagreement or a discrepancy, all we have to do is educate the sheriff, and the sheriff will update their policy to follow the law. Not every time. We've had issues in Garfield County. We certainly had an issue in Larimer County when we had to sue Larimer County. We've had issues, Custer County, I believe, and those have resolved in various different ways. La Plata County right now is another county we're going after for them requiring that the that the instructor that you take your class with in La Plata County must be a La Plata County verified instructor, which is not under the law. The law says that the student has the right to pick their own class and at their own discretion, provided that it follows the state laws. So this is important because there are 64 counties in this state, and if 64 different sheriffs start enforcing 64 different policies, this is a completely unworkable situation. So I had a conversation with the clerk at El Paso County on the phone a couple weeks ago, and she said, the easiest thing to do would be for you to just put your instructor number on the certificate. And I told her, yeah, but that's not the point. The point is that we can't have a bunch of sheriffs enforcing different rules, and the sheriffs are bound by the law just like we're bound by the law. So I'm not going to just do the petty little thing to put the number on the certificate when we're trying to make the larger point here that none of this is law, and we can't expect the citizens to follow the law if the sheriff's department won't follow the law. So anyway, I don't know who made the choice or the decision over there at the El Paso County Sheriff's Office. Again, I don't have anything in writing, so there's no way to know that right now. But whoever did make the decision to reverse the department's position on this and go ahead and start accepting certificates that don't have the verified instructor number on them, I very much appreciate it. By the way, the verified instructor number is not a secret. It's listed on most of the websites where you can find verified instructors. I don't even care. I'll just put this little card up here and you can see that mine is right there. By the way, I don't understand this. The sheriff's department sent me this along with a piece of paper saying, hey, you're a verified instructor. Congratulations that you qualified for this completely bullshit made up program. But in addition to that, they also sent me this like little card, I guess, that proves that I'm legit. Like if I get pulled over, maybe I can whip this out and be like, oh, hey, officer, I'm a verified instructor in El Paso County in Colorado. I have my little card. So I'm not, I don't do that kind of shit. I don't know if any of you, like if you get pulled over, do you show the officer your concealed handgun permit with the big shit-eating grin on your face? Like, hey, I'm a good guy. I have been pulled over many times since I've started carrying. I have never once shown a cop or a state trooper my concealed handgun permit. I'm not really sure why. It seems to me like I expect the officer to respect me more because I have a concealed handgun permit, because I went and bowed the knee to my local sheriff and asked for permission for something that I should have a right to do. And then I hand it to the deputy. I'm like, hey, check it out. I'm a servant. How about you? Yeah, so I don't do that. Sometimes I get tickets and sometimes I don't. The last time I got pulled over, which was back in February, no ticket. I just told the officer I knew what I was doing was risky, but I was doing it because I needed to go to the bathroom, and he let me go. So, all right. So I feel like that's most of the information. The update: El Paso County apparently is accepting our certificates now without the verified instructor number. I did reach out to every single verified instructor in El Paso County to ask for help on this. I got one response, and the person who responded didn't really agree with our point about this. He did want to help, and he did reach out to La Plata County as well. However, he reached out by phone, and we need this stuff in writing, so it wasn't super helpful. But I don't know if I'm on some kind of a shit list with instructors and they just have all my emails on ignore, or what. Maybe I'm annoying. I don't know. It's possible. But I expected more than one response from the instructors in El Paso County. So as we run into more counties, we'll keep updating. I did hear from Bill Peterson that there were a couple counties in Colorado that were giving him a hard time. And again, we're still feuding with La Plata County, so we'll see how that goes. La Plata County is no longer communicating with us at all, so we will have to find some other way to find out what their policy is. If you go to La Plata County, let me just show you right now. Let's do this. La Plata County, Colorado Sheriff. All right. Hit the little share button. Bingo, bango. This is the problem we're having with La Plata County. And we have had 2 students denied because of this. On the La Plata County Sheriff's Department website, under the concealed handgun permit page, it says a new House Bill 241174 specifies training certificates must be issued by verified instructors. Verified instructor means an instructor for a firearms safety course verified as a firearms instructor by a sheriff pursuant to 18.12.202.7. And then down here, it says, if you are wanting to apply for a concealed handgun permit, you must use a name from the list of verified instructor. Oh, it's funny. It's a typo. From the list of verified instructor list here or below to obtain your training certificate. That means only instructors on the list in La Plata County. And that's what they told us. And that's what they told the student. And they did the certificate. So La Plata County's fucking around right now. If they have updated their policy within the office, they have not updated their website. So if you are watching this, call La Plata County and ask them if you have to take a course from a La Plata County verified instructor. And if you can, get their answer in writing. All right. 16 minutes of talking to myself is getting old. So I'm going to wrap up this stream for right now. Anybody watches this, I appreciate you watching. Please feel free to comment. I don't give a fuck about subscriptions or likes. I do give a fuck about comments. So leave a comment. Let's chat. Let's talk. If you think I'm full of shit, please tell me. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.